I'm just going to do a quick walkthrough of how we store the massive amounts of diabetes supplies that we have for our type 1 son. It can feel in those first days and weeks like it's just going to take over your home. But I'm going to show you how we've contained it and how we make sense of it and just how we organize things. So we have a couple bins on some shelves. So the first bin here is just kind of a whole bunch of these sticker removal wipes and alcohol swabs. I just keep this stocked at all times because we go through them surprisingly fast. This bin is largely our glucometers. So we refill our test strips and our lancets. These are just various cases we've accumulated that come with different glucometers since our insurance changes them on us every once in a while. We have an extra spy belt. This is what he keeps his phone in on his body. It just wraps around his waist and his pump clips to it. It's always nice to have an extra on hand. These we save. They come with his pump supplies, so I'll get to that up here. But basically, if he's swimming and he's gonna unclip his pump and just disconnect, these you kind of stick in there and it helps prevent any water exposure. We don't always use these when we're on top of it and we're gonna be swimming a lot. We keep some of these in his red bag that is always with him, his go bag. And we just save them every time we open a new pack and we get some. We kind of stick them at least where we know where they are. But when he takes a shower, if he's just briefly gonna be in the water, we don't really worry about these. This is his emergency kind of glucagon. We use the Baqsimi, the nasal spray, but we always fill this prescription even if we don't have need for another one yet. They do expire, so we keep track of the expiration dates, but this is just one of those. We'll have a stockpile backup. We always refill this when it's ready. This is an extra pump charger that we purchased just to have on hand. If something were to happen to his or we lose it when we're traveling, we just like knowing we have an extra. Ketone test strips if we need to check in with his ketones. Coban vet wrap. It's cheap to get packs on Amazon. There are a ton of different color options your kiddo can choose, and we literally will just wrap this around his arm or his leg, whatever has his Dexcom on it, and it works really well, and there's no skin reaction to extra adhesive. If that's something that your kiddo's skin is sensitive to, you can bypass it with just Coban. So we always have a couple of those. Up here, we keep our extra Dexcoms and our pump supplies just kind of stored up top. So for his Mobi, we need both the infusion sites here. This is his actual insertion site and the tubing piece. These are his cartridges. So we put the insulin in here and it clips into the reusable main pump. These are what we switch out. Here are his insertion sites, infusion sets. So we just kind of have our extra supplies up here that we don't use super often. We can keep track visually of how much we have left so that we're on top of filling our pharmacy prescriptions on time. And then down here is just kind of the more day-to-day supplies, and that's how we have kept things organized. It's just one of many, many ways, but if that's helpful at all as you're kind of getting things started, I just thought I would share.